Manish Sisodia, Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister, will be produced in court this afternoon at 2 p.m. Following his arrest, Manish Sisodia had been sent to the CBI custody for 5 days. He was then produced in court on Saturday when a special judge, M.K. Nagpal, granted the central agency his custody for 2 more days. The Aap number 2 has applied for bail and his request will now be taken up on Friday. This is what the court has said. Mr. Sisodia, though, faces allegations of corruption in the liquor policy that was scrapped after the Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena recommended a CBI probe. For the latest, let's go across to my colleague Vedant, who joins us live currently. Vedant, Mr. Sisodia's custody hearing is at 2 p.m., but the bail plea will be heard on Friday?
That's right, Parmeshwar. These are 2 separate things that will be heard by the court. In fact, today the custody, the CBI custody for Mr. Manish Sisodia ends, and he will be produced before court at 2 p.m. Today, as you rightly mentioned, at the CBI court, the Rouse Avenue court here in the national capital. So, he has been questioned for the past 7 days in 2 different rounds. So, initially, of course, the CBI had 5 days of Mr. Manish Sisodia's custody, and after that, the CBI had sought 3 more days of his custody, but the Delhi court actually granted 2 days of custody for Mr. Manish Sisodia to the CBI. The CBI had mentioned several important things in that court hearing on Saturday, when the CBI said that several important aspects of the investigation are still pending. So what the CBI had said is that Manish Sisodia has to be confronted with important documents and key witnesses. So now what we're being told is that Manish Sisodia was questioned by the CBI in the presence of the then Secretary in the Excise Department, Mr. Arvind, and also the then Excise Commissioner, Arva Gopikrishnan. So this was an important part of the investigation as per the CBI, and in the past 2 days, this is what has been concluded. Now, remember, the CBI had mentioned in the court that Mr. Manish Sisodia is not cooperating as far as the investigation is concerned. But Mr. Manish Sisodia had responded saying that the CBI is confronting him with repetitive questions, and this amounts to mental harassment and third-degree treatment. This is what Mr. Manish Sisodia had said. Following this, the court had directed CBI not to repeat questions and had granted 2 days of custody. Now, what happens today essentially? So remember, if the CBI does not seek further custody for Mr. Manish Sisodia, he will be going to Tihar jail, because remember, his bail plea is yet to be heard. His bail plea will be heard on Friday, as you rightly mentioned, and the CBI also had sought 15 days time last time to reply as far as Mr. Manish Sisodia's bail plea is concerned. So these are 2 separate instances that will be heard by the court. So today, if the CBI does not seek further custody for Mr. Manish Sisodia, he will be going to the Tihar jail. Now, what we're being told by sources is also that the CBI is not likely to seek further custody, and in that case, he will be going to Tihar jail, which is where Mr. Satinder jail has also been lodged for the past 6 months. Remember, last time when the court heard this matter, Mr. Manish Sisodia himself addressed the court saying that his wife is in a vegetative state and he just needs to come out for Holi, and then he can, that's his personal liberty. However, the court said that you should have challenged the remand as well, because remember, Mr. Manish Sisodia had challenged his arrest in the Supreme Court, but the CBI said that if you were against the remand, then that should also have been challenged in court. So far, he has been questioned for the past 7 days regarding kickbacks, alleged kickbacks by the South Group, and also he has been confronted by key witnesses and key documents by the CBI.
Vedant, thank you so much for joining us with this update.